life.
We ask for a chance to spare.
We ask for a chance to spare.
If we should win,
We should win.
let it be by the code.
Let it be by the code.
Faith and honor held high.
Faith and honor held high.
If we should lose,
We'll
stand by the road.
We'll stand by the road.
Cheers, the winners go by.
And cheers, winners go by.
Day by day,
Day by day.
we get better and better.
We get better and better.
Don't get beat, beat.
Don't get beat, beat.
Won't beat, beat.
Won't beat, beat. Ah!
Who say they want it? Who say they ready? See, you might not like it, but you gon' respect it, cause this is West Texas. Who say they want it? Who say they ready? Hey, coach, they might not like it, but they gon' respect it, cause this is West Texas. I said it's game time. You know it's game time. Hey, coach, they know it's game time. You know it's game time. I said it's game time. Come on. Hey, coach, they know it's game time. Hey, who say they won't? We won't. Who say they ready? We ready. They might not like. We like it. But this is West Texas, and they gon' respect it.
Well, if you didn't know who Miles Hauser was to start the night, well, you most certainly do now. The kid coming through with a 37-yard field goal to end this one as the Central Bobcats are back in the win column, taking down the Abilene High Eagles 17-15 tonight here at Shotwell Stadium. Good evening, folks. I'm Manny Diaz, and I wish I had words to truly describe this ball game tonight. Weird is one of them, yeah. But I think you probably need something that's made up and that's not even in the dictionary to truly describe how this one ended and how it all played out. But nonetheless, coming off just a very defeating loss to a very good Euless Trinity team, the Central Bobcats just bounced back tonight and did it in very, very exciting fashion. We're going to hear from Brent Davis tonight, plus the man of the hour, Miles Hauser. Yes, he's pretty much just living on cloud nine tonight. But first things first, how about those Twisted Root highlights?
Tonight's Cover 1 highlights are presented by Twisted Root Burger Company.
7 times the state champion, the Abilene High Eagles. Tonight, Callan Sipe and the Warbirds looking to stay undefeated in district play with Malachi Brown and the Central Bobcats in town. First quarter, no score. Abilene working out of the Dirty Bird, and not a bad way to score some yards. Fonzo Dotson crossing midfield for the Eagles. First down. 2 plays later, going back to Dotson. Look at the cutback. This kid, just a sophomore, good for another Abilene fresh set of downs. But this drive would come down to a 4th and 24. Delvin Cox rolling the dice early. Callan Sipe with Reese Pettijohn in his sights, but puts a little too much on the throw. Turnover on downs. Ensuing Central drive, Bobcats coming back with a sophomore of their own, Malachi Brown. Teams know what's coming, but seeing how real his speed is something else. Brown finally brought down inside the Abilene 5-yard line. That would eventually set up Bobby Pena to go up and over to cap the drive, giving the Bobcats the 7-0 lead. Second quarter now, Warbirds with the rock, Sipe under some pressure. It finds Reese Pettijohn for a big gainer, but leads to an Abilene touchdown, extra point no good, 7-6 Central. Later in the quarter, the Eagles marching again. Check out the running lane for Xavier Carrillo. My goodness, dude with a huge gainer of 28 yards. 2 plays later, Eagles on the doorstep, but the Cats defense out to #E. How about Malik Finley and Daylon Green there to crash the touchdown party? Abilene would have to settle for a field goal to go up 9-7. Under 2 to go in the half, the Warbirds driving again, but the question is for how long? Still an AUM Holistic Therapies Play of the Game nominee coming. The Cats defense with the strip. Julian Potter there for the scoop and score, queuing up the fight song, taking it 57 yards to the house, putting the Cats back on top, 14-9. Early fourth quarter now, following a stalemate of a third on 3rd and 9. Sipe sends it downfield, incomplete, but hold the phone. Pass interference called. Drive continues. A few plays later, I give it to Xavier Carrillo. Can this kid move or what? Picking up 17 on the run. Very next play, Sipe to the corner of the end zone. Reese Pettijohn looking like Reese Childress of yesteryear, hauling it in for the touchdown. 2-point try no good as Abilene takes the 15-14 lead. Next Bobcats drive, Central facing 3rd and 26. So what will Kevin Crane dial up? How about a Malachi Brown at QB draw, and this kid is off to the races. Almost picks up the full 26 on the run. Very next play, Cats going for it on 4th and 1. Brown close to the marker. Officials have to bring out the sticks, but the call is first down Bobcats. Under 6 to go now, Central facing another 4th down. Malachi with plenty of time, looking for Tanner Dabbert. Just off the mark, Warbirds take over. Abilene with the rock now on 3rd and 9, looking to keep the drive going, to keep the Cats' offense off the field. Side to Quay Hill for a fresh set of downs. Little more than 3 to go. Things not looking good for the Bobcats. Carrillo inside the Central 10-yard line. Very next play, it ain't over till it's over. An AUM Holistic Therapies Play the Game nominee. Check out Daylon Green jarring the ball loose. Then Malik Finley jumping on it, giving Central one last chance. Next Cats drive on 3rd and 6 with a $132, as Miguel Diaz would say. Brown over the middle to Tanner Dabbert. Chain gang off to the races. 4th and 11 now with under a minute to go. The guts of Kevin Crane to call this one. Brown deep to Christian Gabladon. Can't haul it in, but laundry on the field. Pass interference call. Under 30 ticks left now on 3rd and 4. The angry orange fans on the cusp of just flat out losing it. Brown calls his own number and good for another Central first down. 2 seconds to go now, and the Cats calling on Miles Hauser, the senior soccer player, going 90s no diggity, saying, "Let me tell you how it goes." Bowl game, 37-yard field goal good. An AUM Holistic Therapies Play the Game nominee as the Bobcats win in crazy dramatic fashion, beating former Little Southwest Conference rival Abilene High 17-15. Wow, what a game. Miles Hauser on line 1.
Tonight's Cover 1 postgame sound is brought to you by the Caverns of Sonora.
Kind of just jog me through that. What was going through your mind as all that happened?
It was crazy. I was nervous. Kickers are always nervous. I just had to dig deep, find my target, follow through, hit the ball right, and let it go in.
I was yelling, I was like, pray, and coach said, put your hands on somebody. We all grabbed hands. We're all waiting, and we see that flag go before it happens. We see him jump off sides or whatever, and he kicks that ball, and it goes through, and it was just chaos. I've never experienced anything remotely like it.
It was unbelievable. I mean, it was a great kick, and but not only the kick, I mean, the snap and the hold and the protection, and on top of everything, it was raining just a little bit at that time, and so just the whole play, I mean, it was just unbelievable, and just what a great kick. It's something he'll remember for the rest of his life.
I really felt like he was going to make it. I mean, we were within his range, and we were on the correct hash for him that he likes, and seen him do it a bunch of times in practice, and he's got a great leg, and I felt really good about it. I felt like he was going to make the field goal, and it wasn't by much, but it was enough.
How much do you think your life is going to change now that you just kind of hit a game-winning field goal?
It'll change a lot. I think they'll depend on me more. They'll give me more shots like that. And hopefully we'll get more wins.
How much do you have to tip your hat to that defense to kind of get you guys in that position?
As much as I can, to the point where it falls off, because they did phenomenal, and I'm just so happy that they're on my team.
Malachi, just what he did on that last drive was unbelievable. He had a couple of big runs. He got out of bounds when he needed to. He ran the ball down to where we needed it for the field goal and threw the ball well. And, we're just a work in progress. That's what's so satisfying is we're so young, and we got so many kids out here that haven't played a whole lot of varsity football, and we're still finding ways to pull these out, and that's very gratifying.
From a play caller's aspect, what's that like in crunch time, knowing that you have to score points to win a ball game?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little nerve-wracking, really, but I mean that's what we do as far as it's the profession we chose, and we've been there before. I mean, this wasn't the first time, but I'm not sure it ever gets easier. But you'd like to think, the more times you're in that situation, it gets easier. But the main thing is just stay calm and let the kids execute, and so give them a chance to make plays, and they did that there in that last minute.
As I feel like our team is going to be a lot more positive, like practice is going to mean a little bit more. I'm not saying it didn't before, but it's going to mean like a new challenge now, and I feel like we have a new face, so we're going to look forward to what's ahead now.
These kind of wins, when you eke one out and kind of brings your team together and makes them cohesive and kind of gives them an air of confidence that they can find a way when it's time to find a way, and I think it'll go a long ways in helping us.
Tonight's play of the game is brought to you by AUM Holistic Therapies.
Will it be a Jeopardy question Angelo will always love to answer? The kid who came in with 2 seconds left, reviving the Bobcat season while beating rival Abilene High at Shotwell on a walk-off 37-yard field goal. Yeah, who is senior kicker Miles Hauser? Yeah, we said at the beginning of the show, if you didn't know who Miles was before tonight, oh, you know who he is now. The game-winning field goal is good for this week's AUM Holistic Therapies Play of the Game.
It's time for Manny's Cover 1 Final Call of the Night, presented by Pettit Productions.
In a very weird and odd night in which somebody had to win, it appeared to be the Abilene High Eagles down the stretch, but the Central Bobcats said, hey, not so fast. No doubt, props to the Central defense who came up with a clutch turnover, later to be followed up by a 37-yard field goal to remember from Miles Hauser. But I think who really deserves some kudos tonight is Central offensive coordinator Kevin Crane. This guy worked his play calling magic, which set up a field goal that's now breathing new life into the Central Bobcat team. Regardless if it's sports, life, or whatever it may be, we're always looking for people who can handle clutch moments, keep their composure. Kevin Crane did that tonight and did so with the sophomore quarterback who's coming in relief for a future Big 12 quarterback. We've seen Central in years past just pick apart teams with the passing game. Tonight, they did so with Malachi Brown's legs. Play callers don't necessarily get all the credit. All the glory always goes to the guy who scores the touchdown or nails the game-winning field goal. But tonight, along with the Angry Orange Nation, Kevin Crane, we tip our hat to you. Well, remember at the top of the show when I said tonight was just a weird night? Well, it wasn't just that way here at Shotwell Stadium, but out in the Metroplex as well, as Haltom City beat Euless Trinity tonight 48-34. Yes, that same Trinity team that went into San Angelo and throttled the Bobcats 70-28 in Week 6. So what that does? Well, it creates a very wide open District 3-6A, and most certainly makes the matchup against Haltom City to end the regular season very interesting for the Bobcats if they can win out. Well, how about some Week 8 as the Cover 1 team is back in the Concho Valley with the Wall Hawks. They'll be hosting the Jim Ned Indians. By the way, the Hawks coming off a 28-13 win tonight over the Clyde Bulldogs here in the Big Country. So before we say goodnight, we can't forget about the sights and sounds from around Shotwell Stadium, from the home side to the visitor side. Oh, it was on tonight. Good stuff, no doubt. Congrats again to Miles Hauser and the Central Bobcats who came up with a clutch win, 17-15 over former Little Southwest Conference rival Abilene High. Well, for the Sofa Couch Media family and the Cover 1 crew, I'm Manny Diaz. Good night, and God bless.
Tonight's Fan Mic Check is brought to you by Oasis Crop Insurance.